Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for Friday, July 16th, 2021. I'm Trellona Charles. In the headlines tonight, the High Court delivers a $1 million judgment for Oscar Bartholomew's family. Husband of deceased U.S. citizens Linnea Venot scores another legal victory against Akim Frank. Government disputes investors' claims that it sought to block True Blue Development Limited and others from proceeding with the registration of the request for arbitration against the government of Grenada before the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. In our One Caribbean hookup, U.S. President Joe Biden says he has no intention of sending U.S. troops into Haiti following the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. And coming up in sports, Grenadian swimmer Kimberly Ince set to depart for Tokyo on Saturday. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. $1 million EC dollars was awarded in damages to the family of Grenadian-born Canadian citizen Oscar Bartholomew. This is to be paid by defendants Kenton Hazard, Edward Gibson, Sean Garnes, Wendell Sylvester, and the Attorney General. We get details in this Christelina John report.
I am standing outside the Supreme Court of Grenada, where $1 million has been awarded to the family of Grenadian-born Canadian citizen Oscar Bartholomew. The judgment was handed down earlier in June of this year. All defendants except the force in the Oscar Bartholomew civil matter were ordered to pay the sum of $1,072,831.50 with interest at the rate of 6% per annum, with a daily rate of $175.09 until payment in full. Judgment was handed down on June 1st by Master John Drysdale, the ruling in a civil suit brought by Colette Sear, the wife of Bartholomew, and Shempe on behalf of the administrators of the estate of the deceased. The civil lawsuit was filed by Attorney Derek Sylvester against Attorney General of Grenada, along with police officers Kenton Hazard, Edward Gibson, Sean Garnes, Roddy Felix, and Wendell Sylvester. Attorney Anselm Clouden, who represented Roddy Felix, responded to the outcome.
On the evidence, I find that the claimants have discharged the burden on the balance of probabilities that the death of Peter Oscar Bartholomew was as a result of the injuries which he suffered at the hands of the first, second, third, and fifth defendants. Also find that the sixth defendant, that's the government of Grenada, the Attorney General, vicariously liable to the claimants on account of the torts committed by the first, second, third, and fifth defendants.
His client has nothing to pay.
Now, my client, Roddy Felix, was the fourth defendant. Judgment is entered against the sixth defendant as being vicariously liable for the torts of the first, second, third, and fifth defendants. The claim against the fourth defendant is dismissed. So my client has nothing to pay.
39-year-old Oscar Bartholomew's life ended in 2011 following his arrest by officers at the St. David's police station after he hugged a female plainclothes officer he'd mistaken for a friend. He died after he was allegedly bitten into a coma. In 2016, a charge of manslaughter was laid against the 5 officers. However, that was dropped and an inquest into his death was requested by the court. The officers in question are presently on suspension and are on half-pay leave until the criminal aspect of the matter has ended. That's according to Attorney Anselm Clouden. GBN contacted the Office of the Attorney General on Friday to garner a feedback on the matter. However, our news desk was told that the Attorney General has been busy all day and would be given a reminder of the request. Up to news time, a feedback has not been received.
From outside the Supreme Court on Young Street here in St. George, I am Christelina John for GBN News.
GBN has obtained a copy of a judgment that would see the payment in damages to the husband of Linnea Venot, who was murdered in 2015. Matthew Venot and Catherine Yearwood, administrators in Mrs. Venot's estate, surpassed $700,000 US. Akim Frank was convicted for the murder of Linnea Venot in a vehicular accident. Frank and deceased Royanson De Fritters, who was the owner of the vehicle involved, are the defendants in the suit. We get more in this report.
Akim Frank was present but unrepresented as Justice John Theobalds handed down her judgment in a civil case filed by the administrators of Linnea Venot's estate. Crystal Braveboy Chetram was the legal counsel for the claimants. Frank was listed as one of the 2 defendants. The other, Daniela Williams Mitchell, who is the executrix for the deceased Royanson De Fritters. The claim was filed against the owner as well as the driver of the vehicle that was involved in the death of Ms. Venot and was aimed at the recovery of damages for the estate of the deceased. In the statement of claim, funeral expenses amounted to $8,832.50, which were regarded as special damages, and Justice John Theobalds, in delivering her judgment, added an interest rate of 3% per year from the date of the accident to the date of the judgment. The sum of US $700,426.11 was awarded for lost earnings and for lost years, while $5,000 each with a statutory rate of 6% was awarded for the loss of expectation of life and pain and suffering. Post-judgment interest was also awarded on the global sum at the statutory rate of 6% from the judgment date to the date of payment. GBN reached out to Daniela Williams Mitchell, executrix for Royanson De Fritters, for a comment, however was told Alban John was the counsel on the civil matter. Efforts to reach Alban John up to news time proved futile. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The case of True Blue Development Limited and others versus Grenada is officially registered with the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. July 9th was the date the arbitration suit was registered, and 5 claimants are listed to be represented by law firm Baker and Hostetler. The arbitration suit surrounds claims that the Grenadian government sought to cripple the construction of the now stalled Kimpton Kiwana Bay Resort. We get the latest developments in this report.
ICSID case number ARB/21/37 is the registration under which the latest suit against the government of Grenada has been filed. There are 5 claimants listed, which includes True Blue Development Limited, True Blue Services Limited, and True Blue Management Limited as Grenadian companies, and Polar Palms and Circle Park Holdings from the United States. The status of the proceeding is designated as pending. True Blue and its principal, international investor Warren Newfield, are seeking a ruling by ICSID after what it claims are a bewildering series of obstructions by the Canadian administration, which brought about a once promising and highly touted luxury development to a standstill. True Blue Development Limited is also claiming that the Canadian government attempted to block the registration of the arbitration case. GBN reached out to the Prime Minister's Press Secretary, Philomena Robertson, for a comment. Robertson says, having consulted with the Office of the Attorney General, she can explain that the ICSID arbitration rules make provision for parties to dispute whether or not ICSID jurisdiction has been properly invoked. It is a misrepresentation for True Blue Development Limited to assert that the government sought to block the registration of the request for arbitration insofar as all steps taken by the government thus far in these proceedings are in keeping with the ICSID arbitration rules. The government will be obligated to comply with any ICSID ruling from the arbitration proceedings, which is regarded as a tribunal of final resort in sovereign investment disputes. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The COVID-19 cancellation of Carnival August Celebrations Bill 2021 is now passed in both houses of Parliament. During Wednesday's sitting of the Senate, Trade Union Senator Andrew Lewis was among the senators lending support, but warned authorities about perceived acts of unevenness. We get more in this report.
Trades Union representative in the Senate, Andrew Lewis, while lending support to the COVID-19 cancellation of Carnival August Celebrations Bill 2021, says he understands and accepts strict measures to prevent a possible outbreak of COVID-19 in Grenada. However, he pointed out an issue he sees as unevenness.
So in their eyes, when they march along the Tivoli Street and the Willis area, playing jab-jab, and you hear an outcry, and we're calling them all demons and kind of names. But when they dance, when they dress in their Sunday nice dang-dang, and they go to Lansapine, and they go to the sites that are owned by what you call the bourgeoisie class, and activities organized by this, that the poor and working class goes to, we don't hear the outcry.
Lewis spoke to the psyche of the Grenadian people and threw out words of caution to those in authority.
The Carnival days will be over. And the issue that we want to address is to reach a state where we can go back to normalcy as much as is possible. And as the border continues to reopen more and more, the risk is increased. But bullying will not solve it. As a matter of fact, I want to caution. I want to caution again. These are the activities that leads to rebellion. These are the activities that cause people to defy well-meaning instructions or well-meaning advice.
Farmers and fisherfolk representative Roderick Sinclair also supported the bill to remove the 2 days of Carnival, but had some suggestions for government to tackle the issue of vaccine hesitancy.
We need to have some discussions, different strategies we can use, as mentioned, the family doctor. Of course, you can say speak to community leaders, but have we trained them? Have we created invest some monies or train 500 individuals in this country to go out in the community and communicate? When we want to win things, what we do, we go down on the ground and we go and we work hard and we get into the communities and we ask for the support.
The bill, which is now passed in both houses of Parliament, must now be processed by the Governor-General and then gazetted before it becomes law. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
This is news at 7. Coming up, First Caribbean International Bank's Walk for the Cure initiative celebrates 10 years. Stay with us.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow. Easy win, Flow. Easy win.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms Terms and conditions apply.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It's Black Friday in July at Courts. This Friday 16th and Saturday 17th. Switch it up with great deals on TVs just in time for the Olympics. Save $400 off the JVC 65-inch 4K Android Smart TV, now just $2,599. Or get the MasterTech 43-inch LED FHD Smart TV for only $1,199. Save $400. Shop today with Ready Finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Offers valid for a limited time. Friday 16th and 17th July. Shop in store and online at shopcourts.com. Enjoy Black Friday deals this week only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
On Sunday, July 18th, get ready for the 25th edition of YT Virtual Bingo. For just $12 per ticket, you can win a grand prize of $10,000. Now that's a lot of money. If you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. And if you're playing from overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, July 18th, join the fun and excitement online, because whenever you hear this sound,
pressure.
Somebody's about to bingo.
Somebody finally pop up on the screen. Who's that lucky person?
Play Waggity Virtual Bingo, the new way to play bingo.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. 2021 marks 10 years since First Caribbean International Bank launched its first Walk for the Cure initiative. This year's is expected to be successful despite the impact of COVID-19. Rena Pear Thomas tells us more about the activities planned for this year's walk.
Walk for the Cure is an annual event held by First Caribbean International Bank with the sole purpose of raising funds and creating cancer awareness in Grenada. This year marks 10 years since the initiative started in 2011, raising over $234,000 locally over the years. Country manager of CIBC Grenada, Andre Cardigan, spoke of how the funds have helped cancer patients over the years.
The funds generated from the walk, which is held in partnership with the cancer care organizations in each territory, are truly life-changing. The funds are used primarily to assist with the purchase and maintenance of equipment used in diagnosis and treatment of patients. The funds are also used to provide assistance, care, counseling to patients and their families, as well as to raise awareness and stress the importance of early detection through education campaigns across the region.
The 2020 Walk manager, Deborah Mason, gave a brief overview on the activities for this year's event.
Being cognizant of the ongoing pandemic and Grenada's current state of emergency, we are unable to host our signature walk event. However, we endeavor to stay true to our mandate of raising cancer awareness while supporting cancer care and education in our local organizations. As such, we are proposing to host a drive for the cure, which is simply a motorcade along a designated route, to substitute our traditional walk event in October.
Mason says that while they still await permission from the relevant authorities for the Drive for the Cure initiative, other activities have already started.
In the interim, we have started our fundraising, awareness, and fitness activities internally. Under our fundraising activities, we have begun our annual Jeans Fridays, and our Walk for the Cure donation boxes are available at both branches. Our next fundraiser is scheduled for July 30th, which is a cupcake sale. Over the next few months, we are determined to engage in the following fundraisers: a car wash, a barbecue sale, a movie evening, a takeaway tea, and of course, the selling of our popular branded Walk for the Cure t-shirts once received.
CIBC was able to raise 18,000 EC dollars in its 2020 virtual Walk for the Cure event. The Grenada Cancer Society received 10,000 and the Pink Ribbon Society received 8,000. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
Heavenly Culture World Peace and Restoration of Life, HWPL, is on a mission to promote world peace and tackle gender-based violence. The organization, which has its base in Washington, D.C., met recently with regional government officials and civil society leaders to brainstorm ways to finally end gender-based violence. We get more in this report.
The virtual event was entitled Peace and Equality. The discussion brought forward specific steps towards legislative action. One of the proposals put forward is to have certain legislation in place regarding gender-based violence. Peace Education Director is Reagan Dorkins.
What we're looking to do is find more partners, in Grenada, just because of the work that is being done from on a governmental level and also civil society level, to partner more with those on the ground who are really, fighting against the issues surrounding gender-based violence.
There is a belief that the law is biased against men and promotes women's rights above the rights of men. However, Dworkin says they are happy to accept the involvement of men.
Creating platforms and spaces for men to be able to, speak about those things and to kind of allow them to make mistakes or maybe say the wrong thing, but still work together in partnership with women and men to be able to say, okay, you are empowered to, be a leader in your community and invite men into these conversations so that them too, their mindset can change and, they can work on ways in which that they can change the way that they function and operate and see the world. But then also if a man is a victim of gender-based violence, there still needs to be laws and policies and things in place where men too are believed.
Dworkin highlighted what they will be focusing on going forward.
Specifically with gender-based violence, what's been really interesting from the panels that we have, we don't want it to just, continue just to be dialogue, but start taking action. And really, like I mentioned, our focus on education. And so what we're doing is now from all of the panelists and the speakers that we have at these events and these panels that we've hosted, we're actually creating partnerships with them through signing MOUs with these organizations or these ministries. And then we're bringing what we've been doing kind of on a regional level to a national and a local level. So
the organization advocates for the ending of war and conflict worldwide and violence against women and girls in the Caribbean. Christelina John, GBN News.
A group of young people is using the world of theater to put a light on social issues in the country. Rena Pear Thomas tells us more about Team Lyrical Inc.
There is a disaster outside. There is a disaster outside.
What madness is this?
Wait, it's some people. Wait, just hold.
You come here and follow me.
Are you not here? What I hear circling all over in the news? What are you circling? There is a calamity.
I don't want to hear what she's talking about. Calamity.
Roll out your rosary. Grab all your scroll. There is a disaster outside. It's vandalizing. He has an obliviate decision.
A church person. Church lady.
Team Lyrical Inc. is one of Grenada's newest drama club that has started its first short film on island. The club, which consists of young actors, was founded by Alistair Amada. Amada, who is also the director of the film, said he has devoted the past 6 years of his life to theatre arts and decided to create this club to share his life's work with young people who have the same passion. He said that the film will focus on education.
Knowing our culture, how we as a culture, as time go by, don't value education because it's there. History shows it, yeah, it's there. So showing the importance of education, so showing why we need to take it serious, why we need to take research serious, why we need to take reading and learning serious as a society, because it's the betterment for us. So this film is being done in such an innovative way that the name and the content is even not released to the audience. That's why we're shooting it in GBSS, on the grounds of GBSS.
The director is seeking the help of the public as the club is now having a casting call, which is open to everyone. At present, the club is said to be in its early stage.
Currently, the ministry and the school itself, GBSS, has given us the green light. And we have other persons on board assisting. Ricardo Keens-Douglas has been on board. He's been helping, grooming and stuff like that. You have other persons that working along with us. David, the producer, David Benoit, Wanderers Travelography. So there's persons. Now, the reason why we're doing this, and other persons like Kenroy Baptiste know what I'm doing, right? The reason why we're doing this is not only to get persons involved, but to let people know so they can help us in whatever we need, like sponsors.
Crystal Williams, a member of the group, explains that she is happy to be part of the group as it targets several social issues that she can relate to.
This is an education initiative, and I love the fact that it's addressing a lot of social issues in society, which as a youth I want to help spread, and I want to be able to be a part of it and educate the children. This is why we have the casting call. So not only would they be participating, they would also learn about the social issues because they will know about the project that we are doing.
Anyone interested in being part of the cast can contact Team Lyrical Inc. on all their social media pages. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Minister for Health Nicholas Steele announced earlier this week that as of the 31st of July, no visitor to Grenada who is not a citizen or resident and is not fully vaccinated will be allowed to enter the country.
Outside of citizens and residents of Grenada, no one is allowed to enter Grenada unless they are fully vaccinated. So citizens and residents can return to Grenada whether vaccinated or unvaccinated. But any visitor to Grenada must be fully vaccinated from the 31st of July. We have given, we hope, enough notice for individuals. We do apologize for any inconvenience that this may bring to persons.
Our online audience gave their opinions. Dawn commented, scaring away potential visitors with that scheme. We already have the PCR test and the quarantine requirements. This will affect the tourism sector as much as it's already affected. Maitland added, you guys make talk about everything. Other countries are doing it, so what's the big deal? And to be honest with you, the government is doing a very good job with this coronavirus. The only problem I have with them is the PCR test in Grenada is $405, and that's too much. Roger wrote, makes no sense from a logical and economical standpoint. Tanya agreed. She wrote, tourism industry is going to suffer. This will not hold up. Jenny commented, I think what they should be doing is if you're fully vaccinated, you're coming with your negative test, then still do the test when you get in. The fee for the test still needs to be lowered. Way too high. If you have children under 13, then you should do the 48-hour quarantine. If you don't have children, I don't see the reason to do 48 hours. This is too much of a money grab, and it's kind of sad. Dawn commented, just an observation. People said it's foreigners that are bringing in the virus, so stop them from coming in. Grenadians need protecting. Now the same people are saying no need for vaccination. People said too much emphasis on tourism. Now the same people are asking what about tourism? And Rollins commented, great. That's a step in the right direction. Protect our beautiful people. Good protocol. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page. From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's GBN eyesore submission features what's left of a mango on a tree. The eyesore reporter is questioning the true story behind this hanging mango seed, with its content cleanly eaten while leaving the bare seed hanging as a trophy. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, private sector Senator Christopher Diali highlights environmental concerns. This is News at 7.
upon a time we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Hey, look. Rhythm coconut, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class codes?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
I'll have the spicy rum.
Grenada's number one rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Employers lost their right in 1215. It is left only with a privilege, which is 1/3 of a right. Full right was given to workers from Magna Carta. Employers can only fire a worker for a breach of contract. Any organization which fire a worker for any other matter is a criminal. Workers must strike against the hotel industry and others which violate the 1991 treaty. A message from the Grenada Renaissance Party.
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow. Easy win. Flow. Easy win.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Private sector Senator Christopher Diali brought forward environmental concerns, including rising sea levels, as Environmental Minister Simon Steele updated the Senate on Wednesday. His concerns surrounded prospective projects for the Carnage to deal with sea level rising as a matter of priority. Senator Steele responded in the affirmative, highlighting that it is part of the Climate Smart Cities project.
Work has taken place in terms of projections, in terms of the level of sea level rise over the next 30-year period. It's showing that there is significant threats. We're already seeing it in terms of certainly some of the lunar activities, high, low tide. We're seeing the impacts there, let alone if there was a storm surge.
Steele said designs and projections are being done for the Carnage and a number of other sites.
But a conceptual plan is being developed in terms of what can be done that will provide both protection to the onshore properties, providing a barrier to sea level rise, but how that could actually be constructed in a way that will also enhance the carénage. And the concept is to create a promenade along the carénage so it protects all of those onshore assets, but it is also a tourism enhancement feature that brings significant value to the area.
He says following the concept phase, government will then seek funding from the Green Climate Fund and other agencies. Grenada joins the rest of the globe today in recognizing World Youth Skills Day. Celebrations this year will surround the theme Reimagining Youth Skills Post-Pandemic, which aims to celebrate the resilience and creativity of youth throughout the crisis. This day is a United Nations designated event which provides a unique opportunity for dialogue between young people, technical and vocational education and training institutions, firms, employers and workers' organizations, policymakers and development partners. Minister of Youth Development Honorable Kate Lewis speaks on the importance of the theme.
And we celebrate this day in order to recognize the importance of skills, technical and vocational education training for our young people. At the Division of Youth, we have our young people engaged in TVET training at all levels in all of our programs. Only last week, 130 of our Imani trainees received certificates at the CVQ and NVQ level. Currently, we have 110 Empower participants currently engaged in CVQ training in different areas. So skills are a very important aspect of our development of our young people.
Acting Youth Coordinator Royden Bihari says businesses should be more involved in the process of youth development.
With more than 500,000 companies struggling to fill vacancies, yet still high youth unemployment, businesses need to take a more proactive and active role in helping prepare our young people with the prerequisite skills and attitude needed in the world of work. On filling the skills gap, businesses need to constantly innovate and change to retain a competitive edge in a dynamic market, and young people are uniquely placed to address both issues.
Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today. Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
This is the weather for tonight and the next 3 days. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. The weather will be partly cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers after midnight. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Tides high at 8 p.m., low at 3 a.m. On Saturday, the weather will be partly cloudy, windy and hazy with light to moderate morning showers, improving as the day progresses. On Sunday, the weather will be partly cloudy, windy and hazy, increasing in cloudiness as the day progresses with light to moderate nighttime showers and a low chance of thunder. On Monday, the weather will be mostly fair, windy and hazy. Good evening, sporting fans. 16-year-old Kimberly Ince, the youngest athlete to represent Grenada at the Olympics, departs for Tokyo on Saturday. She joins fellow swimmer Delron Felix and 4 other athletes to form the team representing Grenada at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. Kimberly, a Form 5 student at the St. Joseph's Convent, St. George, is currently sitting her CSEC examinations. Her dominance in the pool afforded her the opportunity to represent Grenada regionally at the OECS, Carifta and CC Can competitions, where she obtained several medals at these top regional events. Fulfilling one of her aspirations of becoming an Olympic swimmer for Grenada, Kimberly will compete in her favorite stroke, the 100-meter backstroke, on Sunday, July 25th. West Indies women's captain Stephanie Taylor has returned to the #1 position of the International Cricket Council's Women's ODI batting and all-rounder rankings. In the ICC's communique on Tuesday, Taylor's name was listed at the top after some peak performances in the ongoing CG Insurance Series in Antigua. The 30-year-old won the Player of the Match award for the first CG Insurance ODI against Pakistan women, where she showcased her class with a sublime century, her 6th in this format. She also took 3 for 29 with her right arm off spin in a memorable day in her illustrious career.
It's a great feeling. I'm really pleased and proud of myself. I know that, before I wasn't really doing well, but playing in this series has given me a lot more confidence to, go out there and play my game.
Taylor has credited West Indies women batting coach Robert Samuels for helping her improve her techniques and iron out kinks in her batting. This series against Pakistan women has added the world of confidence for Taylor, who also picked up her first hat-trick in T20 internationals. But what she's most proud of is the double series win.
Very pleasing. I know that probably a couple of years or so I couldn't say that, but to know that we're actually 3-0 up in a series, it's not just for me but the entire team. We could see progress. It not just stop here, and it's not because of Pakistan. I could see progress in individuals and in the team, and I really want that to continue. We use this as a stepping stone to move forward.
Meanwhile, Kishonna Knight made a quality maiden half-century for West Indies women, but they fell to Pakistan women for the first time in their ongoing CG Insurance One-Day International Series on Thursday. Left-hander Knight struck a career-best 88 off 140 balls as the West Indies recovered from 29 for 2 in the 8th over to reach 210 all out with 2 balls remaining in the innings. Captain Stephanie Taylor made 49 off 77 balls, but was the only other batsman to reach 20, as CG Insurance Player of the Match Fatima Sana 4 for 30 and left-arm spinner Nashra Sandhu 4 for 49 bowled well for the visitors. Knight rallied the innings, striking 8 fours and a 6 in a 142-run third wicket partnership with Taylor, who counted 5 fours. Taylor's dismissal caught at the wicket, sweeping at Nashra in the 40th over, sparked a collapse as the last 8 wickets went down for only 39 runs. In the second half, asked to chase a competitive 211, Pakistan reached their target with 8 balls to spare. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean Hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Despite rumors of a possible U.S. invasion, President Joe Biden appeared to rule out the possibility of sending U.S. troops to Haiti to stabilize the Caribbean nation following the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise. We get details in this report.
U.S. President Joe Biden on Thursday seemed to rule out the possibility of any military intervention in Haiti after the assassination of the Caribbean country's president.
We're only sending American Marines to our embassy to make sure that they are secure and nothing is out of whack at all. But the idea of sending American forces into Haiti is not on the agenda at this moment.
President Jovenel Moise was gunned down in his home on July 7th, an attack that eyewitnesses living nearby described for Reuters.
I was sleeping. It was midnight. I heard a megaphone with a voice speaking in Creole and another language. It felt like a dream. Then I heard some shots. The house started to shake like there was an earthquake.
A group of Colombian ex-military and 2 Haitian Americans have been arrested in connection to the killing, along with a Haitian man that authorities accuse of masterminding the plot. On Thursday, Colombia's President Ivan Duque said many of the Colombians had gone to Haiti, apparently in good faith, to work as bodyguards, although others, he said, knew a crime was being planned.
But let's be honest, no matter how much information they had, what is evident is that all of that group participated in the assassination.
The Pentagon has confirmed that some of the Colombian mercenaries had received U.S. military training in the past while they served in their country's armed forces. Police on Thursday said the head of security for the presidential palace has also been arrested. He's now being questioned about why the attackers did not meet more resistance at the president's home. Police also denied media reports that linked Haiti's acting prime minister, Claude Joseph, with the killing.
Following news that fully vaccinated visitors do not have to quarantine once a negative PCR test is presented within 7 days of arrival, Antigua and Barbuda's government announced new quarantine protocols for unvaccinated visitors to the country. We get more from ABS News.
Persons who are returning here to reside in the local population or work and dwell within the local population will be required to have prepaid residency in one of either hotels or an Airbnb or some such facility at their cost.
Information Minister the Honorable Melvin Nicholas announcing new quarantine protocols for unvaccinated people who enter Antigua and Barbuda.
Home quarantine will no longer be an option that we will exercise for those persons. And we're speaking of persons who are returning here who are not vaccinated.
This comes as the government announces it will soon close its quarantine site at Jolly Beach Resort. The hotel is to undergo renovations to welcome paying guests as the tourism industry revives. The minister says the government is in discussions with the resource receivers and a local hotel operator would likely manage the facility.
To be able to work out an arrangement where we can bring, certainly by the start of January next year, approximately 400 rooms back into circulation.
The government says it will rely on rooms at the former U.S. Air Base for limited public quarantine. Minister Nicholas says the new measure would take effect after Port Health updates its procedures. He says the government must also publish new regulations and update its travel protocols. Last week, Cabinet announced fully vaccinated people do not have to quarantine once they arrive with a negative PCR test taken within 7 days. Jamie J. O'Shea, ABS News.
Internationally, South Africa is mobilizing thousands of soldiers to stop more than a week of riots and looting. At least 117 people have died in the unrest, which was triggered by the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma last week. Al Jazeera's Haru Mutasa reports from Johannesburg, South Africa.
After days of violence and looting, things are now relatively calm in Johannesburg. Shopkeepers and volunteers from the community sift through what's left. The riots initially started when former President Jacob Zuma was jailed last week after he failed to appear at a corruption inquiry. Grievances after Zuma's jailing turned into anger and frustration about inequality and poverty in South Africa.
This shop here, Freedom, this is a shop, most of the people they depend on this shop because it's much cheaper than other supermarkets. So now when it's like this, people are going to suffer. Yeah. I'm not condoning what they're doing. It's mayhem. I'm not okay with it.
It's the worst unrest South Africa has seen in years.
We've destroyed our place. Where are we going to get jobs, food, the things that we are crying about that we don't have? We are destroying the ones that we still have. The little bit that we have, we destroyed it. For what?
Starting over for many is not going to be easy.
Nearly everything in the shop was looted except for a few bottles of water. Business owners, some with no insurance, don't know if they're ever going to recover. They've had to lay off staff in a country with an already high unemployment rate.
There was sporadic looting on Thursday in parts of the port city of Durban, where fears of food and fuel shortages have seen people waiting in long lines. Soldiers are being deployed to hotspots to help the police maintain order. But even if things get back to normal, the economic damage done will likely be felt long into the future. Haru Mutasa, Al Jazeera, Johannesburg.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. Now to recap tonight's top stories. The High Court delivers $1 million judgment for Oscar Bartholomew's family. Husband of deceased U.S. citizen Selenia Venot scores another legal victory against Akim Frank. Government disputes investors' claims that it sought to block True Blue Development Limited and others from proceeding with the registration of the request for arbitration against the government of Grenada before the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. In our One Caribbean hookup, U.S. President Joe Biden says he has no intention of sending U.S. troops into Haiti following the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. And in sports, Grenadian swimmer Kimberly Ince set to depart for Tokyo on Saturday. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Trellona Charles. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.